Super Mario Bros. 35 launches October 1st as a digital-only title and will be available for a limited time until March 31st, 2021.
So, Super Mario Bros. 35 was a game that was intended as having a limited existence ever since its inception. It was made first available on October 1st, 2020, and will be gone as like many other Mario products and services on March 31st, 2021, in just 4 days from this video's release. While I could have chosen to talk about any other Mario related things that are going away so very soon, I thought it best to cover the real limited time one. While Super Mario 3D All-Stars will be availing availability across physical and digital storefronts on the same day too, I have a physical cartridge for it, so I can cover it some other time. Super Mario Bros. 35 though, won't be playable beyond March 31st, 2021. In this video, I will cover firstly everything about the game as an explanation, plus documentation, then I'll move on to my honest opinions about the gameplay, events and everything else, then finally giving my thoughts on all these limited availability products and services as a whole. To bring this video together, I've once again added the chapters feature so you can easily see when I'll talk about certain sections below. With all of that being said, let's get into it. Super Mario Bros. 35 is true to its name. It's the classic Super Mario Bros. NES game, although with a twist, quite a big one. There are 35 players competing all at once, interacting with each other's game. For example, killing an enemy will give you extra time, while making an opponent have to deal with the enemy instead. It's easy to tell between enemies that are normally in the levels in any version of Super Mario Bros. In comparison to the enemies that other players have sent to you. Since firstly, they would not be in the normal positions they're in, like in any level like that. But much more clearly, the abnormal enemies have this greyed colour scheme instead of their normal colours, as well as having a slight glowing effect. You can choose who to target specifically one by one, although a much easier and just better way of doing it is through 4 options of who to target. These are lowest time, most coins, attackers and random. Personally, I would always choose attackers, the same way I'd always choose KOs in Tetris 99. And yeah, this game is literally made by the same developers of Tetris 99, and it was actually originally thought up before Tetris 99, although it ended up being saved for an anniversary as Tetris 99 released first. But yeah, you can definitely notice how the game is so similar to Tetris 99 that there's not even any point of me making a video comparing them. Like Tomodachi Life and Animal Crossing. Yeah, that video. Anyway, the lowest time mode is useful too, since time itself is incredibly useful. You see, time is much more restrictive, since you only start with 35 seconds. It's a nice touch, as it is Super Mario Bros. 35, after all, though this does mean that you have to be clever with how you spend your time. Since time is a lot more restricted, it causes you to kill much more enemies than you usually would to gain more time, while then sending enemies to your opponents to cause them a challenge. It's a very clever system when you think about it, that allows the game to flow well, for the most part. This game is very easy to pick up and play, considering the simplistic controls and easy to understand gameplay. The main controls of the game are pretty simple, although a little different from what you may have been expecting. By default, you hold Y to run and B to jump. This can be changed if you are so inclined, allowing you to hold B to run and A to jump instead. You control Mario, or Luigi if you're that good at the game, using the left stick, although keep in mind that this can be changed too, allowing you to use the D-pad to move instead of the left stick. The physics are mostly faithful to the original NES game too, although one change you'll likely notice is that you can now hold A when you jump on an enemy to get a good bit of additional height when you jump off. This is a useful change that doesn't break the game, but does modernise it a bit, as it is similar to games like Super Mario Maker 2 and New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, for example. While playing, every 20 coins you obtain, you can get an additional helpful item. These can vary from a super mushroom, a fire flower, a superstar, and a power block. The first three just give you the item immediately, not above your head or anything, which is useful for the fast-paced action of this game. As for the power block, it clears a ton of enemies on screen, all of them, which can really come in handy since sometimes you'll have a ton of enemies to deal with. A lesser known tactic is that, just like in Mario Kart, once you activate the 20 coin bonus roulette, if you press X again, you can end it earlier, giving you the item quicker without you needing to wait. I actually learnt this from Side Joker too. They're an awesome friend. It's definitely very useful, since in the fast paced action of this game, getting anything quick will help you is a must. The different strategies you can have and different paths you can take for different reasons are genuinely really cool. It honestly sucks this game will be going very soon, or probably already by the time you're watching this video. It's also worth mentioning that when you KO another player, you get all of their coins and their collected time too. This is very useful since then you have a lot more access to the item roulette using your additional coins, while also probably enough time to set you to the maximum of 400 seconds. It's sort of overpowered in the way, but at the same time, it definitely feels rewarding when you KO another player, largely due to this. Many games these days adopt a system where you level up from different methods in order to increase your stats, or even just give you a bonus from leveling up. Super Mario Bros. 33 is the latter, since when you level up, you occasionally get a random icon sprite, which you can change on the main menu. This is a neat touch, though it only really appears in the main menu or on the leaderboards after a match, not really anywhere else. You can't make it show on like your whole Switch user profile or anything, it's only inside the game, in a very limited form. Even still though, I like this. Personally, I've had this blooper for a long while. Basically, as soon as I unlocked it, I've just had it for ages. It's probably mostly due to Splatoon, though also if you think about it, the blooper first appeared as an item in my favourite Mario Kart game ever. Overall, the levelling system is kinda meh. I think it matches you of people your level, but I honestly don't know, since I've met people who are like 85 star, so yeah, I don't think it really matches you of people your level, but I don't know, because Cosmic managed to play with people his level, so I really don't know. An issue I personally have with the system is that you level up really quickly, meaning that it sort of feels like the system has less of a point. I mean, it's cool in the situation that I can tell more about the game since further levels can be gotten to quicker before the game shuts down. But then again, for a normal player, it might feel a little jarring. Overall, I kind of ignore the leveling system to be honest. I see the level up screen way too often. In Super Mario Bros. 35, you actually have a total coin counter in a similar fashion to Odyssey. In this game it goes much higher, although there isn't really much to do to spend it on, though there is a bit. Before a game starts on the level selection screen, you can choose between starting the game with a super mushroom, a fire flower, or a superstar. Personally, I find the super mushroom option pointless. If you're going to start with a bonus item, why not just go all the way to a fire flower instead? It's only an extra 30 coins, which is an extremely measly amount in comparison to your total coins. Although, it's recommended that you don't get any upgrade at all, since your points are doubled at the end if you don't use a bonus power up, which means that you can level up even faster than you already do, which you're going to want to do to get to a high level before the game shuts down. So in that case, I'm not too sure why you'd want to use a starting power up anyway. They can be handy I guess, but it's worth starting without one and just grabbing the first mushroom and fire flower quickly in World 1-1, which you'll be very familiar with from this game. There is a level selection screen as I mentioned before, but to me this just seems like a way to vote for the level. But actually it turns out that basically the game brings in all the levels that people vote for, and then it will play them out in some kind of order, and it will prioritize people with lower levels first. So for example, if you're like level 4 and you somehow get 8-4 and you vote for that level will appear much earlier than if you're just playing normally at a higher level. But yeah, most people just mash A to select 1-1, I assume, as it's always what I get. One time I got 1-2, which was a nice change, but still, it's usually 1-1. That isn't really all too bad though, since 1-1 is a handy level to either quickly get a Fire Flower and later a Superstar to kill a bunch of enemies for extra time, or taking the underground shortcut to get some extra coins to save up for a coin roulette later in the level. Although now we've covered basically everything about the game, there's still the in-game events. There are 25 special battles, which started off being every week, although then soon began to slow down. These special battles were really handy in order to unlock all the levels in the game. You might be thinking, hold on, you had to unlock the levels? And yeah, you did. You would unlock a level by playing it and clearing it, so for example, if you went in a warp zone to World 3-3, then you cleared the level, the next time you go to the level selection screen, World 3-3 is unlocked, and you'd be able to select it to then start a match with to put it into the kind of the list that the game would then select from. From unlocking a level, then yeah, you can then select it to start a match, although good luck getting your level. You'll likely end up getting World S1 to play. Anyway, back to the special battles. They're a really effective method of gaining all the levels, since in the recent one, that is just finished, as this video goes up, 5 days ago it just finished. This one really helped me as I unlocked all the levels from it. But yeah, these special battles were really effective for gaining all the levels, although keep in mind you can get all the levels unlocked without the special battles, although it would take much longer and you'd need a lot more patience. Special battles such as the full game one allow you to play all of the levels in order, which is probably the easiest way to get them all. Anyway, I shall now cover all of the special battles in order. Special Battle 1 was a limited course battle. The courses available to play in it were World 1-1 through to World 2-4. This was the first special battle, so they clearly wanted to make it easily understandable for people, and mentioned how special battles would be regularly held. It ran from the release date of the game, October the 1st, 2020, all the way to October the 4th, 2020. Special Battle 2 was a frantic fight against exceptional enemies. That was a mouthful. In Nintendo's words, powerful enemies such as Lakitu, Hammer Bros, and Bowser would dominate the courses. They would appear much more frequently, meaning that this would be quite the challenge. It ran from the 9th of October 2020 to the 11th of October 2020. Special Battle 3 was another limited course battle, this time limiting the available courses to World 3-1 through to World 4-4. Nintendo instructed us to keep an eye out for those different routes in World 4-4's main maze section, to help those not as familiar with the levels a bit later on in the game. It ran from the 16th of October 2020 to the 18th of October 2020. Special Battle 4 was a coin cling class. Since Nintendo referred to this with the hashtag 1, this showed how there's going to be more of them than just this one. A sub-series perhaps you could call it. Basically, the idea was to collect as many coins as possible to come out on top. Wait, isn't that just New Super Mario Bros. 352! Yahoo! It ran from the 23rd of October 2020 all the way to the 25th of October 2020. Special Battle 5 was a Halloween spectacle, which they definitely went all out for. The treat was starting with 100 coins, allowing for 5 whole coin roulette users, while the trick was that the levels featured in this special battle were either at night or underground, causing them to be dark. Luckily it isn't Super Mario Maker 2's perception of dark. Anyway, it ran from just before Halloween on the 30th of October 2020 to the 1st of November 2020. Hey, that's the same time frame of the Splatterween celebration. Special Battle 6 was a showdown at Bowser's Castle. In this special battle, each first and final level of each world was available to play. For example, in World 1, World 1-1 and World 1-4 were available. A pretty interesting special battle, you definitely see Bowser a lot. It ran from the 5th to the 8th of November 2020. Special Battle 7 was yet another limited course battle. This time it had let you play courses from World 5-1 to World 6-4. A pretty decent selection of levels, but nothing special. It ran from the 12th to the 15th of November 2020. Special Battle 8 was a Superstar Dash, which definitely followed its name. You did start as invincible, although you only had 20 seconds on the clock as opposed to the default 35. The levels picked seemed to be those with superstars in them, since Nintendo suggested us to hunt down the additional superstars. The available levels were World 1-1, 2-1, 2-3, 3-1, 3-2, 5-4, 6-2, 6-4, and 8-1. It ran from the 19th to the 22nd of November 2020. Special Battle 9 was the second Coin King class, following the course order with World 5-1, then to World 4-2, then to 1-2, then to 1-1, then to 3-4, then to 4-4, then to 6-2. It ran from the 26th to the 29th of November 2020. Special Battle 10 told you to watch your head. This is due to an abundance of Lakitus littering the levels, of which were World 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-1, 3-2, 4-1, 5-2, 5-4, 6-1, 6-2, 6-4, 7-1, 7-2, 7-4, 8-2, and 8-3. It ran from the 3rd to the 6th of December 2020. Special Battle 11 was yet another limited course battle. Only non-castle levels from World 7 and 8 were available to play, meaning that basically the entirety of both worlds were playable, minus the final level of each. It ran from the 10th of December to the 13th of December 2020. Special Battle 12 blinded you by bullet bills. Similar to Special Battle 10, this special battle had an abundance of bullet bills instead of Lakitu. The available courses were World 1-4, 2-4, 3-4, 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 6-3, 7-1, 8-2, and 8-3. It ran from the 17th to the 20th of December 2020. Special Battle 13 was a very useful special battle, which months on is making a return. It is the full course battle, which, well, means all courses were available to play, and in the order of the original Super Mario Bros. Interestingly, despite warp zones usually being changed in this game, in this special battle, they functioned identically to the original Super Mario Bros. Just instead of saying like 2, 3 or 4 on the pipes, they would say the first level of each, because that's just the way Super Mario Bros. 35 works. So it would say, for example, 2-1, 3-1 and 4-1, but they'd work in the same way. Very useful, especially if you needed to unlock a specific world. It ran from the 24th to the 27th of December 2020. Special Battle 14 was another limited course battle. Nintendo sure did love these. Aside from the fact that Nintendo clearly said, New Year, despite the fact that the tweet was posted on the 30th of December. The special battle did actually run through into 2021. The available courses were World 2-1 to World 3-4, and they ran from the 30th of December 2020 to the 3rd of January 2021. Special Battle 15 was the third Coin King class. The available courses in order were World 1-1, 5-1, 5-2, 2-1, 6-2, 3-1 and 8-1. It ran from the 7th to the 10th of January 2021. Special Battle 16 was an athletic course battle, making you go through the third level of each in the 8 worlds in the game. The coin counter started at 100 and the time at 200, which is a lovely bonus too. It ran from the 14th to the 17th of January 2021. Special Battle 17 was another showdown at Bowser's Castle. In this special battle, you were to go through each first level and each castle level of every world, up to 5 and 6 which didn't have their first levels, just the castle level for each. It ran from the 18th to the 25th of January 2021. Special Battle 18 was a 1, 2, 3, 4 course battle, as Nintendo put it. The course order is a bit confusing to describe, so as you can see on screen the way Nintendo showed it. This special battle ran from the 4th to the 7th of February 2021. Special Battle 19 was the 4th Coin King class. Like the full course battle, this special battle also played in the course order of the original Super Mario Bros., with warp zones also functioning like the NES game in this special battle. It ran from the 11th to the 14th of February 2021. Special Battle 20 was a starting Splendor battle, in Nintendo's words. Basically, the idea was that you started with some bonuses to aid you in the match ahead. You started with the maximum time and 200 coins, allowing for 10 whole item roulette users. This fun special battle ran from the 18th to the 21st of February 2021. Special Battle 21 had Goombas galore. This special battle has a limited selection of courses available, as you can see, with Goombas in every single level. No wonder they're galore. This special battle ran from the 22nd of February 2021 all the way to the 1st of March 2021. Special Battle 22 was the return of the Superstar Dash. The same rules from the first one apply here, so it's quite a speedy event overall, including its runtime, which is from the 4th to the 7th of March 2021. Special Battle 23 was the final Coin King class, this time having a randomised order of levels, as you can see. It ran from the 11th to the 14th of March 2021. Special Battle 24, as I mentioned earlier, is the full course battle's return. It's the same as last time, so I haven't really got all too much more to add, although it is definitely a smart move to bring back, since people want to make sure they've unlocked every level before the game's closure on March 31st. I believe you will still be able to open the game, look at your courses unlocked and level ranking too, as well as your collection of icons, although the service will be shut down so you won't be able to play online. Even if you haven't before, I definitely recommend downloading the game before it's gone forever. This special battle lasted from the 19th of March to the 21st of March 2021. Special Battle 25 was the last special battle, and it was another world count challenge. Some people believe that if we met the amount necessary of defeating 350 million Goombas to quote-unquote win, that the game's servers would stay online, although unfortunately that is not what ended up happening. It was fun participating, but I speak in the past tense, since it's very likely over by the time you're watching this, but as of the time of this video going up, there's still 2 days left of the event remaining. We can all reach that 350 million Gooba mark if we all put in the effort. Oh, and this special battle's duration was from the 23rd of March 2021 to the 29th of March 2021, just 2 days before Mario's inevitable demise. It has come to the point in the video where I stop spitting facts, so to speak, and start talking about my own personal opinions about the game. I have a decent amount to say, so let's begin. Firstly, I really like these new physics. While admittedly you do run slower than other games for some reason, I really like the way that they mostly retained the physics of the original Super Mario Bros, but modernised it, which is just really cool. It honestly sucks I won't be able to play this game for much longer. I mean, sure, I could play course practice, but that's pointless since once the main game is gone, you don't really have much to practice for. The way you control this game is genuinely awesome. Moving on to my second opinion I wanted to share, I really just, love this game overall. It's a really unique idea, and a very clever move. Take the game that everyone is used to, and adjust it. Not to the point where it's ridiculously different, but changing enough so it doesn't have tacked on new mechanics that is too similar to the original game. This is a really unique idea, executed pretty well, although the limited availability is ridiculous, though I'll get onto that later. At the start of March, I had a measly 5 hours of time of me playing the game, and now my total sits at... oh, wow, I've played this game a lot. Anyway, moving on again. My final big opinion that I wanted to share is that so many people don't seem to understand the importance of and purpose of World 1-1 and 1-2 being repeated so often. It is because of the core resources you need, time and coins. 1-1 contains a 1-up in this hidden block to immediately get 20 coins, as well as enough power-ups within the level to quickly get you up to Fire Mario or Luigi. It also contains a coin block here, allowing you to quickly get 10 coins if you're swift about it. Additionally, there is a superstar which can allow you to quickly kill a ton of enemies which other players have sent to you, to get a ton of time. And that's just 1-1. 1-2 is a ton more useful. The literal first question block you come across in the level contains a power-up, allowing you to either get a mushroom or a fire flower, depending on your state. You can also grab the first fire flower, even if you already have one, to get an extra 15 seconds of time. Like 1-1, 1-2 contains a coin block, allowing you to gain another 10 coins from it if you're quick. Just after this coin block, there is a brick block which has a superstar inside of it, allowing you to kill a ton of enemies for time, just like 1-1. There is also a power block here, a coin block here, and then a 1-up here at the ceiling, which can immediately let you get 20 coins. Again, like 1-1. So many people just hate on the game for repeating these two levels, but there's reasoning behind why I've cleared both of these levels over 200 times. They are very useful levels, especially 1-2 being probably the most useful level in the whole game, in the context of Super Mario Bros. 35. It's not the best level by any means, but for what you need to do in Super Mario Bros. 35, it's definitely the most useful. So now I've covered my opinions, I really wanted to share about Super Mario Bros. 35. I really wanted to just take this section of the video to briefly talk about what I think in general about all these limited availabilities, products and services. So to begin, of course I in no way believe that this is the right way to go about an anniversary. Shouldn't the whole point be to make things because of the anniversary, but then the things are so cool you keep them around for good? Like, if you're just taking them away, that just kind of shows how you aren't making good products. I mean, not even all of the Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary items are limited time. For example, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury was said to be part of the anniversary, although that's around for good, it's not being taken away. But a collection of 3 of Mario's greatest adventures out there is only available for a measly 6 months? Where's the logic in this? To be honest, 3D World was bound to come to the Switch at some point, but it just seems so weird to include it in this 35th anniversary celebration if, unlike basically everything else, it's sticking around for good, or at least until Nintendo stops selling Switch games. Which I don't know when they'd even do that, since the Switch and its games are selling incredibly well. But then again, Nintendo seems to like getting rid of money from removing all the stuff like 3D All-Stars. But yeah, personally I hate the whole limited availability thing. Nintendo is literally encouraging piracy. If they want to help preserve these games by bringing them to the Switch, each in their best quality yet, then why only keep the collection for a total of 6 months? I can only feel for those who will only be able to get a Switch months or even years from now, and then they want to play Mario's legacy titles, and they just have no way to. Or they could pay a scalper £10,000 on eBay. Yeah, totally, that's a great idea. This whole thing is just ridiculous. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. The script for this video ended up being a total of 8 whole pages, which is just a lot. I didn't think this video would end up being as long as it turned out to be, although I'm glad I was able to get out my thoughts in full, while also making this video interesting and informative. While Super Mario Bros. 35 will be leaving us so very soon, I actually do have 2 extra videos planned for the game, which will be releasing on my channel soon, so I hope you're excited for them. I really hope you enjoyed this video as it took a ton of work, script writing, recording, editing, it all. I've been working on this video since the 13th of March, so it's pretty surreal it finally being out. I personally think this is a really good video. I think it was probably one of my best on my channel, up with the Little Big Planet 2 videos, but yeah, that's just what I think. But anyway, thank you for watching this whole video, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and that's all from me for now. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!